guys, welcome back to Ravenclaw Reads. I'm Courtney and today I'm going over my May TBR. If you've been following my channel for a little bit, you know that generally I post my TBR videos with like loose intentions of what I want to read because I am a bit of a mood reader, and so having a firm list is not always the best for me, but this month I'm really trying to stick to a list because I have so many books I need to catch up on. Not only are there books that I want to read for middle grade May, but I also have quite a few library books out that I want to read and get back to the library, as well as some physical TBR books that I've been lingering for way too long. So I have quite the list today. So far I have 25 books that I want to read this month, and if I get through all of them, it'll be a miracle, but I really want to push myself, and so I am excited to share with you what I'm reading, and hopefully you get some ideas for what you want to read this month. So I've broken up my list into categories because that's how many there are, and I will be using my tablet to walk along with what I'm reading, so don't mind me if I'm looking down. But I have broken up my May TBR into different sections: library books, middle grade May, physical TBR, and digital books. So let's start with the library picks. Okay, this is the list or the stack of library books that I have for this month. So let me tell you what I would like to read. First book that I would like to read is Your Ex's Hexes. This one is a supernatural singles novel. A one-night stand between a willful witch and a broody half-demon conjures an adventure that wouldn't be complete without several magic mishaps. I think this is perfect for October. I don't know why I picked it up from the library, but I did. And it'll probably be a cute read and break from middle grade and the other books on my list, and so I am excited to read this. Next up, I have a middle grade book, Murder is Bad Manners. This book was recommended, I heard it on, was it Bookish Knitter's channel or Storm Reed's channel? And basically it's about two girls in reform school that are solving a mystery. And so again, a cute middle grade. Actually, I don't know how cute it will be, but it is a middle grade, and it's looking forward to seeing more about this. Next, I have The No-Show. And this book says three women who seemingly have nothing in common find that they're involved with the same man in this smart new rom-com comedy by Beth O'Leary. And so this book has been on my TBR almost like a year or so. When did it come out? Yeah, May of 2022, so about a year. It's been on Kindle Unlimited. I've borrowed it from the library digitally, and I just have never gotten to it. So now I have a hard copy of it, and I would like to get through this because I think it'll be cute. Again, another cute romance to break up what I will be reading this month. Next, this is really ambitious. This book is called A Discovery of Witches, and this is sort of like dark academia, witchy, magical. I don't remember why, but I have this on my Kindle already, and so at some point I had an intention of reading this because I bought it actually with physical dollars on my Kindle, but I also have the book from the library, and this is one that I'm just kind of probably going to keep renewing because I really want to read it, and I don't know that much about it, but it must have sounded good because I bought it on Kindle. All right, next up I have What Lives in the Woods. This book's by Lindsay Curry. I read a book by her last year. What was it called? Scratch. And that book was spooky and eerie, and it's another great spooky and eerie What I'm Thinking. I haven't read much about it because it is a thriller spooky vibe. I don't like to read those back covers, but I did hear about it. Oh, Scratch, yep. That was the other book that I read, Scratch. So we're gonna try that one out. Then I have this book, which falls in my digital as well as my audio. It's called The Reunion by Megan Quinn. I heard about this book, and it's on Kindle Unlimited as well as the audio is free when you download on Kindle Unlimited. I've read a book of Megan Quinn's before, and I liked her writing style, and so I'm looking forward to this book as well, and I'll probably listen to it while I'm working and try to get that done. Like I said, now I have a physical copy, a digital, and audio. There's no reason I shouldn't get this done. And then the last book I have from the library is The Dinner List. This is also on my digital TBR list. I've been wanting to read this by Rebecca Searle for a while. Rebecca Searle does dual timeline videos or books, excuse me. Rebecca Stroh does dual timeline books, and I really like her writing style. I've been wanting to read this for a while, but it's been sitting on my Kindle, and so I thought having it physically would remind me to read it. All right, next up, let's talk about what I'm reading for middle grade May. Okay, so for middle grade May, I have quite a stack as well. I've talked about this before, but middle grade May is basically a series of prompts around middle grade books. So like when I think middle grade is like 5th through 9th grade, 10 to 13, that type of age range. And the prompts are all different, but I'm not really doing prompts. I'm just picking out middle grade books that I like. And I really enjoyed pulling some from the bookstore and looking on my Kindle for some, but I don't know why I don't just read middle grade when I want to, so that might be for the future, starting to just read middle grade books when I actually want to. I'm just gonna adjust right there. Okay, so the first book I want to read or reread is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Harry Potter is one of my favorite book series. I love it so much. I have my Harry Potter shelf behind me. I'm gonna do a video on my Harry Potter books because I have several fun books as well as different versions of the actual books, but I try to do a reread about every year. Last year I got really burnt out on reading it. It was my 4th time through sort of consecutively, and I stopped at Half-Blood Prince, and so I am going to jump back on that. Next up, I picked out Goosebumps Ghost Beach. I loved Goosebumps as a kid. These are really quick 100-page books that are a little bit spooky, a little bit eerie, and just fun, nostalgic for me. Next up, I have the book The Strangers. This book is by Margaret Peterson Haddix, and it is like a thriller mystery sort of. It's giving Hawthorne Codes vibes, and so in my book haul video, I did do a description of this, so I'll link that below if you would like to find out what this book is about. Next, I would like to finish this series. I've been reading The Heroes of Olympus for a couple of years now. I'm on book 3, The Mark of Athena. You can see I started a little bit and haven't gone much further, and so I would like to knock this out too. This isn't my favorite series, but at this point it's just principle. I want to get it done. And then I have this book, New From Here. It is by Kelly Yang. Again, I have the full description of this book on my book haul video that I will link. I like her as an author. She wrote the book Front Desk, and this just looks like a great coming of age story. And finally, in my middle grade selection, I have The Peculiar Incident on Shady Street. It's like another thriller mystery thing, ghosts involved, weird noises. So I'm excited to dig into this as well. So those are my middle grade May books. I'm so excited about this month. Let me get into my physical TBR. Okay, when I say physical TBR, I mean big kid books, right? So I only have a couple with me because there's some that are coming out. So I wanted to read Happy Place by Emily Henry. It came out the end of last month and I already finished it. So that did count for April, but it's sitting on my shelf. I loved it. So good. 5 stars. I highly recommend. But this month, I would love to read Legends and Lattes. I've seen a lot of this around BookTube. It seems kind of quirky and interesting. Also, on my book haul video, I gave you a description of this book that I would like to read. And then Magnolia Parks. This might be the first book that I read this month that is not a middle grade book. I've heard lots about this. I also have a digital copy, and I'm excited to take this along with me and read this book. It better be good because there's a series and I want to get into the series. Then I plan to read Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. This book comes out tomorrow, the 2nd of May, and I already have it pre-ordered, so it should be here at my door, and I'm excited to read it. Carly Fortune also wrote Every Summer After, which is so good, and I really enjoyed that book. It was very much like Love in Other Words, but Love in Other Words is so good, and Every Summer After is so good. Like, you just have to, it's a whole vibe. Both of them are so good. So excited for that. And then this month also, True Love comes out. That's by Christina Lauren. It's the Soulmate Equation companion novel. And so they're building off the same premise of Soulmate Equation. I do like Christina Lauren. It can be hit and miss, but most of the ones that I've gotten besides Wilder, or was it Wild, whatever, that one. I haven't liked that one, but all the others I have, so I'm excited for that to come out as well. Last, let's talk about the digital books that I want to read. I will add pictures of the books that I want to read here. My digital list is bursting, like my Kindle's bursting at the seams right now. So for middle grade May, I want to read Christy in Charge by Babysitters Club book. That book is about Christy sort of doing like a be teacher for a day or a week or something, and I want to read that. Next, I want to continue with The Inmate. That book is one I started at the end of April. It's by the same author who wrote The Housemaid, and it's already starting off in the same vein. I just didn't get to it at the end of last month. I also want to read Mocha and Murder. It's by Tanya Kappas. It is, again, that sort of, I think it was the scene of the grind last month, and it's a cozy mystery series. The first book was just okay, but I always try to give another shot for cozy mysteries because it takes a second to get the momentum going on those. And then I want to read To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I've already started it. I loved The Summer I Turned Pretty, and this is just giving that sort of vibe. I talked about this, but I'm reading The Reunion. I have it digitally, physically, and audio, and so that should be done. And then by the same author, Megan Quinn, I have The Vacation Wars. Again, that's on Kindle Unlimited, and the audio came free with it. And then I want to read The Serpent and the Wings Night. This is something that I've seen all over BookTube, and it's supposed to be really good. It's similar to ACOTAR, but not really, and I want to continue expanding my fantasy knowledge. And then the last book that I want to read this month is the book that I'm buddy reading with my sister, which is Collided. This is Dirty Air #2. We read Throttled last month, and this is the first one we're actually going to read together. At the end of the month, we will come and share our thoughts on the book, and that is on Kindle Unlimited as well. So those are all of the books that I want to read for this month. It is very ambitious. I don't know how many I'll actually read, but I really want to speed through. I have this great momentum for reading the books. I need to pick up my Book of the Month Club book still. Like, I'm in it to win it. I love having the middle grade options available, so if I do feel slumpy, I have things right there, but it's really great this month to have so many books lined up, ready to go. So comment down below what you're going to be reading this month. Have you set yourself a TBR? Are there any books on my list that you're going to read? We'd love to hear from you. Thanks to all of my new subscribers. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this small channel in a very saturated market. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.